So hi guys, welcome back to Trend Talks. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Iraj. And as always, please remember to like, share, and most importantly to hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 4,000 subscribers. So be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend. So William and Kate are now having a good one. I mean, William is still being dragged. That's why ITV still has its comment section disabled. People are still ripping his speech, his so-called French speech apart. They're tearing it down. You have French people saying that's not French. He's not speaking in French. He is reading in French, and he probably does not even know what that means. So people have been dragging William for ditching so many pleas, so many pledges, homelessness, bringing peace to Middle East, and now he's talking about oceans and saving, protecting oceans, that whole crusade. Then you have Kate, who disappeared after the Glasgow mess. She literally disappeared, and now that she wants some attention, she decided to pop somewhere for work or royal engagement, whatever this is. She decided to pop. First, she wanted to create buzz. She showed up without her engagement ring. And then again, we learned that was planned because prior, the UK media had written an article, that is in the morning, that hey, Kate is going to be showing up without an engagement ring. But don't worry, she is still fully committed to William. So that is like telling you guys, preparing you guys for what's to come. And they're like telling you, don't ask any questions. Don't you dare. And I've seen a lot of people say, hey, we know they're not together. We know they're separated. And we know how the UK media is itching to just come out with the truth, but they can't. So they're just feeding us tiny bits and hope that we figure it out or put two and two together. And of course, a lot of people put two and two together a long time ago. That is not new. So Kate hoped that if she shows up without an engagement ring, she's going to dominate headlines. She wanted that attention. She's not been getting attention. I mean, you have Meghan and Harry's video is still dominating headlines. The British press is still talking about that. The derangers and the haters are still talking about that. So that must suck. That must hurt. So that clearly did not work. That attention, no one cared because William shut it down so quick. He called the UK tabloids, to let them know, hey, she's throwing a tantrum. I did not cave in. So just write an article. Just know she will not have an engagement ring. But so that people don't ask anything, let them know that we're still good. She's still committed to me. Okay, wanted that attention. William does not like bad backlash. William does not like any person talking bad about him. He wants to be a saint. The minute people drag him or people say bad things or he's getting backlash over something, he disables it. He gets the articles deleted. What a coward. So now again, Kate showed up for a royal engagement, and not only has she been snubbed by the British press, because they are not talking about this. No one is talking about how she went there. The British press they're not reporting on that. That must hurt. You wanted their attention and they're not talking about that. You didn't have an engagement ring. That clearly did not get the engagement that you want. It did not create the buzz that you want. And then you have her showing up. Let me see where she showed up. Don't even know what she did, but so she made a special visit to V&A East House for some kind of museum experience to look at Picasso work. That is work. And people are really pissed. I'll get to that. And of course, also I've seen this discourse where people are like, the bots, William and Kate bought so many bots. They bought so many bots. They bought so many bots. Do you guys get that? Bot accounts because they wanted to compete with Harry and Meghan. They saw how famous Harry and Meghan were, and they're like, no. And most of these accounts that hate on Harry and Meghan, mind you, those are bots. Those are not real people. Those are just bots to constantly hate and attack Harry and Meghan. And people, now that they're not getting that engagement, you see, they keep claiming that they are the most popular royal. Look at the engagement. Meghan is at 44.5 million views. And then you have the global statesman, Mr. Popular, who only got 807,000 views. That is under 1 million. And I'm really shocked. I'm shocked because I was promised that he is the most popular royal with a 75% favorability rate. So what happened to that? What happened? What? So right now, not only is Kate being a drag for, again, what do you mean you went to a museum to work? You mean this is what we fund for you to do? This is what our taxpayers do? This is what you call work? And then on top of that, you have people dragging her outfit. And this is the best part. You see how the UK media, how they're reporting the Kensington Palace is saying it was an unannounced visit. And they're like, unannounced? Then how is it unannounced if you guys are talking about it right now? I remember when Megan posted that video about Dax on Easter, watching the Dax cross, right? Which was an adorable video. And the derangers in the UK media kept saying she staged that. Do you remember? She staged that. She sat in behind the bushes and then she waited for it was just crazy conspiracy theories, let me just say that. Well, guess what? The tides have turned and now they're blaming, the same is happening to Catherine. Because what do you mean unannounced? The UK media knew you're going there. That's how they knew you're not going to wear your engagement ring. That was not unannounced. The UK media knew. That museum or the VA, whatever, knew you are going to be there. So that is not news. In fact, that is staged because people have been calling her out for not working. She disappeared. And of course, right now, she wants to ride off of Meghan's popularity right now. Meghan is trending. Meghan and Harry are trending. So she wants to be part of the spotlight and it's backfiring. And I love how Scotty said that every time Meghan has something that's coming, like for example, she's set to be honored at the LA Museum Gala. Well, William and Kate will always do things around that time because the only way to be relevant, it's when they are compared to Harry and Meghan, to whatever Harry and Meghan have going on. So right now, Kate is doing the same exact thing. We have 4 days to Meghan being honored, and that's when Kate decides to pop up. And now she's being dragged. Her outfit is being dragged, and bits and pieces. Like, this is what we pay. Wait, this is what we pay. And then on top of that, the numbers are not on their side. Kate, literally, no one is talking about this event. It's only the Kensington Palace. I've looked, and I'm going to insert videos from GB News, from ITV, from Sky News. They are not talking about her going to see this museum, this experience, to see the Picasso work. And it sucks to be Kate. It really sucks to be Kate. So let me get some of the comments so you guys have an idea of how bad it is. And then Betty says, unannounced, but cameras happened to be there. Why do they keep saying unannounced? They've been saying this and people are calling them out. It was not unannounced. The media knew she was going to be there. Then you have Liv says, but you knew about it, so it's not unannounced. It really is not. And then SK says, I love when they call it unannounced, as if she was in the effing neighborhood and dropped in. And then S says, did you just happen to be walking past and she had all those cameras in tow, doing nothing, probably just mumbling again? And then you have Daenerys says, is it possible to fall asleep watching 25-second video clips? Yes, it is. These are video clips from Kensington Palace about her being at the museum, yada yada. Then Carol says, is that work? And then you have Evelina says, where is she going to do real work? I'm sure taxpayers are feeling ripped off. They sure are. How is this real work? When it comes to showing up and cutting ribbons, and they do that, but when it comes to actual work, that's when William and Kate draw the line. Then Sheila says, so she can do this but cannot attend a visit with her husband, and they sent Sophie instead. And this is why they keep saying this too. We know they're separated. Stop beating around the bush. We know. That's why Kate tried to, get the attention to piss William off by not wearing that engagement ring, because she knew people were going to ask about it. And then William did damage control, called the media to let them know in advance, hey, she's going to pop up without the ring, but tell people we're still solid. We're still solid. Even if she's not wearing that ring, we're still solid. And then Alexan says, first day of work since 5:20. She's gonna need another holiday after this. Poor dear. Then Royal Parasite says, why are we wasting our precious hard-earned taxes on this lazy woman? She's so fake and useless. Hashtag abolish the monarchy. Hashtag ditch the duchies. And hashtag down with the crown. Hashtag get Middleton. Then Katz ruled the world says, could they understand what she was saying? Probably not, because she's Miss Mumbles. And then Annie says, tell us she's useless without telling us she's useless. Ah, great one. And then sorry, let me get to the ones where they were roasting her look. I have a few that I saw. Yeah, here. Dr. Maureen says the drag act is wearing Megan's shoes again. How do you guys know? You guys, and then you have Sassy says bad hair extensions. Then you have White Princess says tasteless, looking at the jewelry she's wearing. Oh, she will never come close to Megan. Do you know Megan? That's what Megan, everything Megan wears, be it jewelry, be it shoes, be it anything, it sells out. Look at Kate's jewelry. Look how bad it looks. That's why they're saying tasteless, classless. And someone said William took away the wardrobe allowance. That's why her outfits recently have just been boring and lazy. Okay, not that she's always like she's a fashion icon or whatever. Her outfits have been so boring because William decided, hey, I'm not giving you that fashion allowance. You gotta do it yourself, girl. No, and that's why her wardrobe is really bad. So I wanted to give you guys that update. As always, please remember to like, share, and most importantly, leave your thoughts in the comments, and also hit that subscribe button. I'm Erald, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.